Let's talk about Crocodile, 2000's action-adventure comedy film. A group of college kids are attacked by a giant man-eating crocodile while on spring break. And this week, I'm joined by Kofi for the very first time. How are you doing this?
Fantastic, mate. This is nice, doing a nice new two-man with you.
I know, it's very new. It's been a long time in the works.
It
and
has.
I've made my way round the doors. So I've done Connor, I've done Stu, and you're next, mate.
Is this the best or worst kind of film for us to have picked to do together?
I think it's a really good opener.
This was straight to DVD, wasn't it?
Of course it was. It completely bypassed the cinema, but it was, available in Asda for £1.50. What did you think of it overall, anyway?
Oh God, we're going straight in. Well,
Or do you want to dissect it?
no, we can have a chat about what I feel. It's one of those films that, like, I don't think that I could really enjoy properly by myself. It's like one of them films you got to sit down with your mates, not expect a single fucking thing, and just enjoy it for what it is.
Mate, straight away, the beginning of this film, absolutely class. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, it has to be pizza. If it's great, it's amazing. If it's bad, it's still pretty damn good.
Fair.
Absolutely class.
True,
Blink 182 knock-off music over the background. I thought I was in an American Pie film for a second. It was a bit hit and miss, I think, the acting. One person I thought actually put a shift in was Big Duncan. He also looks like Darius, the pop star, the guy with the red hair.
Darius. The crocodile, right? It does everything.
It's very talented, isn't it?
These college kids, they have a fucking house, and when they're off it, they find like a little nest filled with giant eggs. If that was me and I saw a nest that big with eggs that were that big, I would fuck right out of there. And these guys are just like, no, this looks fun. Let's chuck them about and break them. And then suddenly, big ass fucking crocodile comes out of nowhere. It drives the car into a lake. just nice and slowly as well. Like, it was so funny.
Oh, you raised two cracking points there that I'm going to dissect.
Okay.
So yeah, the house on the boat, what is that? It was like a kitchen on a river. In the fisherman scene as well, when they find the eggs for the first time, the mindless vandalism, so they see some eggs, decide we're going to launch them in the water and off each other. He then opens the car door, just decides not to close it. I'm not going to close this car door. The crocodile was about 10 metres behind him. He could have easily slammed the door in it. And then the croc having the intelligence to think, I'm going to nosh him, and then I'm going to slowly push the car.
It's so funny to talk about.
The crocodile, though, I'm disappointed he wasn't credited at the end. They build this whole, like, backstory of how this crocodile's descendant of an Egyptian god or something, and then they show this CGI, like, mansion on the hill. That just didn't fit in with the film whatsoever. But I think that the crocodile, it moves like a Leslie to me.
A Leslie?
Yeah, I think that's what its name should be.
Leslie the Croc.
It's exactly what it is.
The CGI was so funny because, like, when it was in the lake, like, the CGI was alright, it wasn't too bad. But as soon as it got out the fucking lake, what happened? It was like just a kid with pencils.
The final third of the film, I think, is probably the weakest part because you've got, like, the crocodile that's a prop, and then all of a sudden it's just computerized.
Badly.
Pick one or the other.
Yeah, man, it is true. That's probably why it was direct to fucking DVD, which surprised me because it was directed by Tobe Hooper.
Yeah. I mean, there was some parts of the film I thought were actually quite good. Duncan, but there was some parts that were just strange.
The crocodile does just get a few people with no, like, forewarning. There's just one guy just leans into the water. I think he gets up after being, like, really pissed, and I think he's going to throw up, and he goes to the dock, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to look in the water.
So when that kill happens, the crocodile severs the rope that's attaching the boat to the jetty. The boat drifts 30 miles downriver, apparently, and then in the final third of the film, they're trying to make it back to the town. And the remaining characters, they come across this general store. They're just, like, passing around water, and Duncan finds a chainsaw. It just doesn't make any sense. Half of their mates from college have just been eaten alive.
They're having a laugh with a chainsaw.
Yeah, it's just like, it's inconsistent though, isn't it?
Yeah, really inconsistent.
It is really funny, but there's some scenes that just aren't meant to be funny.
Like you said, it is a bit inconsistent. consistent.
Well, in every bad sort of horror film, you have to have somebody who knows the history of the antagonist and brings everything together.
Yeah, true.
So this croc hunter, it was his granddad who like bred this crocodile and then it broke free from the farm, and Lester and the crocodile hunter, we'll call him, they have like a breeding farm still at the minute, so he kind of knows the crack. And Lester, mate, what an idiot. Like he walks into that house when the cop goes around to sort of investigate what's happening and find answers. He walks in with his fingers freshly bitten off and he says, "They don't like it when you brush their teeth." Says it in his most southern American accent.
The edit has to have you over him saying that, man. That was brilliant.
Which leads us to the finale. Sarah finds out one of the crocodile eggs is in her rucksack, which was placed in there by one of the characters who was eaten before. And they decided to bait out the crocodile and fight it with logs.
And a dog.
That flies through the air.
That fucking dog, man.
And a Stanley knife? I want to get your opinion on something, Kof. What did you think of their hiding place? What they do is they try and bait out the crocodile with the egg, and there's a scene where they're hiding behind the tiniest bush.
Oh, it's just like fucking couple twigs, isn't it?
They've just sellotaped a bit of tree to themselves.
It was pretty bad. I mean, like, crocodiles can, see, so it was pretty useless, but I think the greatest distraction was the dog. 2 points. I think there's one at the beginning. The crocodile's like bashing the boathouse in it, just hitting it, and then the dog just runs off the boat into the water. You don't see it. Like, the dog just goes, "Woo, woo," splash. And you're
it's
done.
the scene when it dives in the water, though. Like, they could have surely just got the dog to jump in the water. Any half-trained, brain-dead dog could have done that. But they had a scene of it just flying through the air, and then it's like, yeah, it went in the water. Nah, it wasn't getting any more gigs after this. And neither did any of the other characters.
Oh, really?
None of them made it out of the early 2000s.
Oh, what?
Not in terms of death.
Oh, I thought you meant they were all killed by a crocodile.
No, they're just the careers didn't really take off.
Oh shit, as if.
I'm a little bit surprised at Duncan's career, actually. I think he went into the music industry, didn't he?
But anyway, like, give your generic thoughts of the movie.
I feel like it's worth more than a 3.7, which 4,500 reviews have it down as on IMDb. It's worthy of a little bit more than that. I feel like it's a fun film to watch, to be honest, mate. There's a few strange acting scenes. The CGI is extremely inconsistent with the physical props of the crocodile that they use, but it's not as bad as Sand Sharks. It's actually a decent film, mate, and it has a bit of quality in it here and there, I would say. It's American Pie meets A Killer Crocodile from the pound shop.
That the full title?
I think that's what it should be. What were your thoughts, mate?
Pretty similar, to be honest. It's one of those, like, take the piss movies with killer animals. It is, like, on a better level than a couple of the ones we've seen already. It's definitely one of those movies you can watch with your friends, have a laugh, and just not take anything too seriously in it. It does have some good bits, and that's what makes it so watchable. Yeah.
That's everything, mate.
I think that was our honest review of 2000's Crocodile. Everyone comment. Everyone comment thanking Hugh for joining the team, even though he's been thanked already, because we fucking love him. And if you don't love him, then subscribe.
Oh. A bit of reverse psychology right there. I like it. Nah, that's it's very kind of you, mate. I'm going all red here, and it's not because it's 30 degrees and I've got all my windows shut.
It's fucking warm, like. Anyway, thanks, guys.
See yous later.
They just don't like it when you brush their teeth.